no losses, I don't do lipo. A few screws loose in the head, I'm a psycho. Promise you the bar just as real as the bite though. Misunderstood, you could call me a typo. I shine hotter than the stars in the night though. Hate the who's, don't give me a title. Flipping an asset, so I don't worry the price though. Got scratched like mine, no, leave it to the tribal. I ain't even trying to try though. I could do this with my eyes closed. If I got nothing on my goals, my girl ain't plastic, she don't even recycle. All these kids just wanna be idols.
Cheers from Editions. Editions Coffee in Kannapolis, who has lots of books that I would never go in there to read. But Editions, we would have liked for you guys to have been the first sponsor for our podcast that we're calling. Paula came up with the name, by the way.
Under One Roof.
Under One Roof. You'll see. You'll see. All right. So we have said that we want to have gifts. And anybody that's on this podcast, you have to bring us a gift, right? And we're actually going to give that to somebody else. They kind of make that with the white Santa Claus.
Yes.
Or it's probably not called that. Something with Santa Claus.
I don't know.
Where they take the gift back from each other.
Dirty Santa.
Dirty Santa. So ladies first.
Okay. So the rule is it has to be tacky, under $5. And since we're going to be a traveling podcast, we have to carry all this stuff with us, and these are the things that we're going to decorate our little area with. So,
and it's everybody's birthday, even
birthday.
if it's not your birthday while you're on here with us.
Happy birthday, Larry!
I should reach my hand in here and just see if I can tell what it is first. Oh, is it? It's like a pig. I got legs. Am I close? It's got wings. A bumblebee.
Yep.
It's a bumblebee.
So
look at that janky eye right there.
This is a reminder of we have to behave, be kind, be courteous,
be beautiful.
Be beautiful. Not really, but okay.
I can assure you mine is nowhere near as cool as that.
He's up front.
Yeah. So I kind of sort of forgot to give you something. And I was like, I'm going to find something here at the house. So.
You brought me something from your house?
Well,
is this Bethany's?
No, for sure not. For sure not.
What is this? Who is this?
That's Cody Zeller.
I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
He is a great basketball player for the Charlotte Bobcats, who no longer exist. But you like gardens, and I thought, well, you have a gnome for your garden.
This is our podcast gnome. What would Zeller do?
What would Zeller do? Oh, WWZD. I love it.
Okay, well, here we go. This is our too tacky.
Let me move him over here so he's nice and visible. And then the B.
Okay.
Be great, be beautiful, behave.
Behave.
Be bold.
Be courteous.
What do you want to talk about, Paula?
How's business?
Business is cool. You know, I started my business, Next Agent, up in technically 2022. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's 2023 because that's when I left the job that I was working at. And just decided I was going to go all in on photography, videography, and marketing for real estate agents. And I don't know, I have a loud mouth, so it caused some traction. But if anybody's watching at this point, we're actually going to have a photography event, the first one of 2025, kind of held off this year, doing some lifestyle photography in a beautiful house. I'm not going to give away the location, but it will be for the Next Agent Up clients first.
Okay, and you say July?
Middle of July is kind of the target date.
Okay, and it is VIP only?
I'm going to try to keep it that way.
So if you're on the
I
list,
want the people that I like to be there. I'm kidding. No, really, I'm learning in business, like the people who have helped you get ahead.
Show up.
Yeah. Like let's give them the opportunity first to be in there. So obviously you're in there. You know, you're part of that. You're part of that equation. So
I try to show up and show out.
Bring your turkey.
No.
For you guys that don't know, Paula has a pet turkey. I've seen this thing in person once, and he did not attack me.
No. He wouldn't.
But I've heard this is a pretty violent turkey.
He is not. He only tries to attack my husband, Robert.
Wow.
That's it. Because I'm his girl, I guess.
He likes the Paula.
I don't know.
Okay, I got a question. This might be morbid. You're going to learn that Paul and I are ridiculous at the end of the day. We probably should have called this a ridiculous podcast, but there is a ridiculous podcast.
There is.
We're calling this Under One Roof?
Under One Roof, and our thoughts of that is because under one roof there are so many topics that we can cover: health, business, relationships, turkeys. This guy,
Zeller. Cody Zeller. We should see if he'll be on the podcast.
We should. Cody Zeller. If
Cody Zeller. Cody. Listen, this was the very first gift ever. Number 40, dude. We're going to find you. He's a great Indiana Hoosier fella, by the way.
I don't know who that is.
You know who Bob Knight is?
No.
He threw chairs on the basketball court when he got mad at his players. That's a real coach.
Like to meet
That's
him.
a real coach right there.
I would like to meet him.
I would too.
If there's chairs being thrown.
I think he passed.
Oh, sorry.
I might be wrong. R.I.P. if you're gone, brother. Anyway, what I was going to ask, do turkeys lay eggs?
Yes.
Do people eat those?
I'm sure you can. I haven't.
Have you? Well, it's a boy.
Yeah. But I did have a female turkey, but she passed.
You know, I just learned that chickens, they don't have to like procreate to lay eggs. I didn't know that. I swear on my life, I thought they were just a bunch of horny chickens walking around having babies all day long. I learned that literally like in the last 2 months.
Oh no, so hens lay eggs. If
Yeah.
you have a rooster, he will fertilize the egg and then they will hatch.
So how many roosters should one have versus hens?
I don't know. I'm not a...
Like is homeboy
farmer.
just going from...
You're asking me this because I'm from Rowan County?
Y'all wore culottes.
I mean, that's why you're asking me.
Hey, how about this? Why don't we talk about growing up in school?
Okay.
Start as young as you can remember.
I didn't like school.
What age?
At what age did I not like school?
Yeah.
Kindergarten?
Okay. It started there with me too. All right. Let's see where our trauma starts.
I had a lot of friends. I had fun at school. Academically, I did not like it. I did not like having to sit there. I just didn't like it. And you remember CAT test? Fill in the bubble. Everybody get your number 2 pencil.
Yes.
I would automatically flip to the back or in the middle. I could never start in the beginning of the test. Never. I just.
Hold for a second. I'm gonna check everything. Make sure we're running. Good there. Good there. Good there. Coming over here.
I just don't know where to look. Do I look there? Do I look there? Do I look there? I don't know. So I'm
you
just
can look.
Looking at you.
You can look at this when you're wanting to talk directly to the camera, or just look right here.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah. Anyway. All right. So, test. You went to the back page. Did you always like make sure that you were coloring in very precise?
I just got so tired of it.
Yeah.
I was just like.
How many? So I remember for me in kindergarten. So mom, she did not work while we were in like whatever age it is, from 0 to 5.
Yeah.
I don't remember if she went back to work after. Anyway, don't matter. I was in the principal's office all the time, crying to Mr. Sterrett. I was such a
Is he still alive?
baby. Probably not. He was old back then.
Okay. Probably he was
R.I.P.
probably
Mr.
in his
Sterrett.
40s. Then.
Kind of like us. Yeah, but I was always in the principal's office because I don't know. I was a big baby. It was kind of sad. And then
Like
I remember
a baby because like you were sad and you did not like you wanted to go home.
Yeah. And I would also go to the bathroom and stay in there for as long as I could until the teacher would come get me.
So we're totally different. I was in the principal's office for other things, and you were in the principal's office because you were sad.
Yeah, I was sad. And then let's see. I remember one time I got sick at school. Now this was a true story. You ever seen Family Guy where the dog like throws up everywhere for like 13 minutes straight? That was me when I was in. I think it was either kindergarten or first grade. I puked everywhere.
Were you in class?
Yes, I was in class. I was in the hallway. It was. My mom might remember this. Mom, if you're ever watching this, I was truly sick. That it was probably not because you're cooking either. So anyway, that's that. Then I'll go to private school. Private school, 3rd grade, all the way through college. And I'm not going to throw too much shade, but man, you guys were a little ridiculous with some of these rules. But I found out that you guys had rules on y'all's clothes. I didn't know that public school did that.
Absolutely.
Or is that just Rowan County?
No, when I was at Corey Light Middle School, and there was no AC. Imagine that. No AC. You couldn't show your kneecaps. I don't know why. I mean, I had no kneecaps or a turn on for some people, but yeah, they had your
Well, pizza.
what were they called?
Well, sometimes you don't want to see some kneecaps.
Culottes.
Yeah, culottes.
What are they called? Yeah.
Culottes.
Like you had to put your hands down.
Yeah.
And yeah, they couldn't be above where your fingertips.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the same as the Christian school over too.
Don't show your shoulders either.
That was the same.
Yeah.
College, Bible college. Y'all were a little ridiculous too. We had to sign out. We had to literally sign our names on a piece of paper what time we left and what time we got back.
I would have my friends sign me out.
I didn't think like you did, Paula.
Here, Paula, please come to the office. Your mom's here to pick you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All
that
right,
ain't
all
Mama.
right. Where did you work when you were in school?
Oh, got Little Caesars.
I love Little Caesars. To this day, I'm a fanboy of that little pizza.
Pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved it.
But I'm going to go back to school because
Yeah.
as an adult, what
Okay.
I have realized and I appreciate, and I think we're actually going to talk about this and invite some of the business owners that I personally know that I went to school with. A topic of self-made.
Yeah.
Because like when you're in school, you know, you better get a 4.0, you better get a 4.0, you know, and I seen a gentleman and it might have been a meme, I don't know, it might have been online, and it has stuck with me and I loved it. He was driving a Lamborghini.
Okay.
And his license plate said GPA 2.0.
I love
And
it.
I love that so much.
But isn't some of the most successful? Well, maybe I should back up. Maybe this is a Larryism here, but in some of the most successful people that we know, dropouts from either college or school,
Absolutely.
right?
Or they didn't go to college and they are so successful.
So is school?
I love that.
Is school just a factory to create workers for the workforce? Like not necessarily making them be like the smartest of smart. It's just do this, and this. That way you can have your job.
I don't know.
I think it is.
Maybe.
I mean, that's the way I feel.
I don't want to go back to school.
Because I went to college. I went to school to be a teacher. I ain't using that.
You were going to be a teacher?
Yeah. I went to school to be a high school teacher, and these kids in high school were taller than I was. And so, once again, I'm back in the principal's office all the time because all I could do in a private school was make them right. I couldn't beat them. But I thought I would. and
I
that was the
got
problem.
paddlings. I
don't think I ever got a paddling.
Oh, I remember.
Not from a teacher, I didn't.
I remember I was sitting across, I believe it was Mr. Hoffman's classroom, and he's tall. Big, tall
What if he
man.
was Ken
Which,
Mr.
I mean, I
Stewart?
was little, so he might not have been tall. I don't know. I just feel like he was like 10 feet tall, and he had this wooden paddle. And I remember this little boy called me a name, referring to my hair,
Yeah.
and I kicked him where the sun don't shine. Hey, you're going to dish it out, you know?
You're going to get it. You're going to get it,
I got a
boy.
paddling for that.
Listen, what do you think would have happened today, though?
Nothing.
All right. I agree.
And
Probably
then-
nothing. Probably nothing.
Another one of my little friends, we were in Miss Reed's class, and she would always make us pick stuff off the floor. It's time to go. Everybody start picking stuff
That's
off
a
the
smart
floor.
teacher, though. She's just like, I'm not doing this before I go home, y'all.
Yeah. And I don't know what we did, and we were going to get a paddling, and she was like, get in the conference room, and man, I'm not going to tell my friend's name. And
Are they still with
She
like
can-
friends to today?
I
Do you still have friends
I-
from kindergarten or from elementary?
Just Facebook. Like I see them on Facebook because I
Okay.
feel like everybody has went their own separate ways because
Yeah.
everybody gets so busy. And she was like, "I'm gonna go get some toilet paper." I was like, "Yeah, go get some." And we stuffed our pants. I mean,
Just because?
yeah, because we were gonna get a paddling.
Oh, I've had that happen
Yeah,
before
so
too.
we put toilet paper all in our pants.
Ah, that's great.
I mean, I thought it was brilliant.
I had the same situation. Okay, so I'm a little traditional. And I don't really think. No, I'm not going to say really. This is what I think. How about that? I'm not sugarcoating. I didn't think that little girls should be playing Little League with the boys. And my mom had a friend who decided her little girl should play on our Little League team or on another Little League team. So they were playing against us, and she wasn't very good. She struck out. Something happened, and I'm just like laughing, having a good time with it. Like, I told y'all, girls shouldn't be allowed in men's sports. Kind of. Anyway, I got a paddling for that. But what was funny is mom's like, go pick your switch out. And I'm like, oh, okay. Let me go get my switch. So I go to the bathroom and I get a towel and I put it on my backside, give her a switch, and she's smacking me. And I'm just laughing my butt off. Oh no, she had no clue. It was hilarious. Gosh. Still to this day. She knows about it now, but
anyway. Yeah, I'm sure, because you told her.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Anyway, that's that. So you had Little Caesars, then you went straight into real estate?
No.
Oh, okay.
What did I do?
Did you go to college?
I did go to some college, and then I was
What does that mean, like some college?
I just took some class, and I was like, I need to work. Because I had to work like to survive, right? So I've always worked. So I went to Little Caesars. I worked Little Caesars. I've worked at
which Little Caesars?
In Kannapolis.
Is it still there?
Yes.
Do they know you?
No.
You ever walk in and be like, I used to work here?
Give me a free pizza. I used to work here.
I'll put in my hours.
Then I worked a little bit at Kmart while I was going to do some college classes.
Isn't all Kmart's gone now?
I think so, yeah.
That's sad. I like that Blue Light Special.
Yeah, and then I worked at Philip Morris for a little bit.
Did you ever squirrel away some smokes?
You could smoke anywhere in Philip Morris.
Could you ever take them home be like, I'm selling these?
No, I never thought of that. But like you could be doing paperwork and smoking at the time. It didn't matter. It was
bet
the
that place
strangest
stunk.
thing.
Did it smell so bad?
I worked in the office part, so I don't remember.
Did you ever smoke?
Yes.
Like a lot?
Yeah, maybe.
Did you have black lung?
No, I don't think you recover from that.
I don't know. I don't smoke, so.
No, I hope I don't. No,
all right. Philip Morris. So that was over there off near same location as that now.
Yes. So I think they're shut down though. But see, I'm the generation where if everybody smoked. Everybody. I mean, you come out as a newborn smoking. Everybody smoked, right? It seemed like.
I remember
you can't drink.
I had to go to I said private school, but I went to public school because I failed geometry by a point. Student teacher, by the way. Anyway, they were outside smoking. I'm like, I'm at Ashbrook in Gastonia, and I'm like, why is these people smoking? Anyway, your story.
So you could smoke. Everybody can smoke anywhere. You just smoke away. It doesn't matter because it's good for you. I don't know. But you can't drink.
Keeps you calm.
If you drank, you were you just trash. People didn't drink then. Now I feel like it is totally
other way around.
Oh yeah, you better not smoke. You nasty if you smoke, but you can drink. You can have.
Isn't that like the stigma though that happens with a lot of things? Like a lot of things will change in life if enough people shame it.
Yeah.
I don't think you should smoke. I
can't stand the smell of cigarettes.
Sorry, smokers. We'll help you with a.
We'll support
We'll get you the patch. Hey, what's the patch's name? Maybe they'll be a sponsor. The Nicka patch
I don't know.
Or the gum.
Nicotine gum.
Nicotine gum.
Nicorette.
Nicorette.
There we go.
We'd love to have you sponsors here on Under One Roof.
So then, fast forward. I went into medical sales, and
did you like that?
No, well, it was a job. It was
you had to give away a lot of food, didn't you?
What?
Didn't you have to buy food for the offices all the time?
No, I wasn't a sales rep. No,
okay.
I was general manager. So, but we had sales rep that would go into the physician's office and say, "Hey, get a CPAP or a nebulizer from us." I did that for 12 years, and then I was like, I think I'm gonna do real estate. So that's.
And you've been doing real estate for
17
how many
years.
Oh. Do you know how many clients you've had?
No.
What would you guess?
I don't even know how to figure that. I mean, I have no clue. I would have to find out.
You think more than 200?
I don't know.
I'm going to say yes.
I don't know.
Just because.
I think
that's a good question. I think you probably had 300.
I don't know.
Do you remember your first sale?
Yes.
What was that like? Was it a buyer or
as a buyer?
Okay.
And he's one of my friends still to this day.
Wow, you did good.
Yeah.
What was it like? What did you do? What was the house? Tell me about it. Where was it? Around here? Of course.
Yes. So, no, actually, I was his selling agent, and then he bought in Mooresville. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you had to sell. You got to list it first.
I listed it in Kannapolis, and then he bought a home in Mooresville.
Does he still live there?
Yeah.
Sir, would you like to sell? I need some help. Paula, never mind. Okay, so that was your first. All right, my 1st. I'll get into my real estate stuff. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Let's keep going. All right, so they did that one, and where were you at? Keller Williams?
I have never been to Keller Williams.
I thought you were.
No.
No shade, Keller.
No shade.
We love y'all. We
I
love
love
y'all.
Keller Williams agents.
Nothing wrong. By the way, I always tell people that are new to real estate, you probably should be at Keller Williams because of all the training that you get. That's
You
legit.
should be at Lantern because of all the training. So
Of course. But I'm just saying,
You should go where you feel like you are being led to
where
be
you're
at.
are loved and you
Yes.
don't have to live in a cloud.
Yes. Okay. So I joined. It was DEJ Realty,
Okay. Dale Earnhardt Jr.
real estate.
Does he have a real estate license?
No,
He just started the firm.
he started. Him and his sister Kelly, which I love.
Yeah.
They started it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was there. Golly, I think I was there 5 or 6
How
years.
did you know them
maybe.
beforehand though?
So, I am friends with Christy, which is kin to Dell and Kelly, and that's when she knew I was getting my license. She was like, "Paula, I think they're fixing to start a real estate firm. Do you want to be an agent?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be great."
Right.
Yep.
Did you ever get to drive the car?
No.
Did you ever get a ride in it? No. I would have said, listen, I will be
totally
here.
opposite. We weren't even.
Well, I mean, come on, their name's attached to it. Like, did you ever go to Whiskey River?
Yes.
Not the one at the epicenter, but the one here, like in the little town.
Yes, we have. I've been there one time, but I have been to the Whiskey River in Charlotte too. But I don't know if
that's
it's still
gone.
there. It's
That's
gone.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
That was fun.
You should. It looks like
What is there?
the
now?
Wild Wild West. It's
Nothing.
It's
There's
still there.
nothing
Like the building's there.
Nothing's
No,
there?
there's that epicenter is like finito. Plenty of stories about the epicenter. But yeah, it got ran over. It got ran over because of people just acting a fool.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, you can't just go in there and have weapons. I mean, you can have weapons, just don't shoot them. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely no weapons. No weapons allowed.
All right, so Dale Earnhardt over to.
Southern Charm.
Oh, was that when you were with Karen Sheffield?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
yes.
okay.
Yes. Love her.
All
Love
right.
her. Yep. And then
We'll talk about Karen later.
I
That's a
love-
big part of my life.
we should have Karen on the podcast.
Karen, you want to be on the podcast?
She will.
Okay.
We'll have salty greens. She'll know what that is.
Salty greens?
Salty greens.
Okay. I don't know.
We'll
Yes.
talk about that. So then I went to Southern Homes and then Lantern.
Southern Homes and Lantern. Okay. So is any of these businesses like Lantern? No, we don't have to talk about it. We're not here.
No.
We're not here pitching Lantern.
They've all been great. Like
Yeah.
I loved every single I call life chapters. I loved every single chapter of when my season was there.
Yeah.
And when your season's over.
Well, I always like so me being in marketing and working with so many real estate agents, I get to see people hop a lot. And for me, it sucks for my CRM because then I'll get a lot of bounce backs for emails that, hey, yeah, so y'all update me every now and then. But I kind of like it because at least you know that the agent is maybe trying to find something that's not working for them.
Right.
Or will work for them, I should say. And
have
then
to-
when somebody sticks, it's great.
And
know?
you have to find where you fit. Like you have to find where you feel like you belong and where you just fit.
Right.
I feel
Right.
like to be successful because
Right.
if you're whether it's at a job, your home life, at a firm, anything in life, if you don't feel like it fits and you feel so uncomfortable and you feel so just out of place, you're not going to be successful in any of it.
You see, that's why there's so many divorces.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it is true, you know, and
But also, but think of like, and we don't see this in today's times, but think of how many people have, at least like my parents' age, they stayed working at one place forever. Like, I've been here for 40 years. Like, oh, like, I mean, maybe that is good. I don't know.
I feel like
Maybe that means you just got to stick through some stuff and not always look for the easy way out.
well, and here's the whole thing too. Like back in the day, and not too long ago, a household could be ran off one income.
Yeah.
And send your kids to college. You
right.
can't do that anymore.
Right.
And I feel like, before the women, their job was kids, household, grocery, everything. And when you can't live on one income, then the women have to go. And it's a lot,
Right.
It's a lot on that person. It's a lot on the man. It's a lot on the woman. And I feel like, and I do feel like every 5 to 10 years you become a different person.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. It was weird. I don't know if I was talking to you about this or not, but I was like literally laying in bed the other day thinking about life in cycles of 7, which is like, okay, so thinking from the time when you're born to 7 years old, how much life has changed for you.
Right.
And then from 7 to 14, how much life has changed. 14 to 21, like 14 to 21, think of the changes that happen
That's
right
a lot.
there.
That is a lot.
Right? It's I'm with you on that.
40 to 47. I mean, I could
a lot
see
more doctor visits at that point. Right?
Absolutely, and I could see. At 40 now, I'm
Vision goes the other way.
I mean, I'm fighting it. I am
Oh,
fighting
goodness. Well, that's your real estate journey.
Yeah,
And
what
you're
is
great at
yours?
real estate.
it. You're a great real estate.
I mean, I'm a loudmouth sometimes when it comes. I think on my end, my real estate journey. Okay. So I worked for Lowe's for, I worked for the police department in Mesa, Arizona. This is stories we'll get into later on, but, and then I was a traffic, what do we call that? Photo radar police.
that?
So literally would drive. Well, even before that, when I started at the police department, I was, I forget the actual job title, but I was taking care of the vehicles. Taking care meaning taking them to the shop to let somebody else work on them. But taking the motorcycles and all the police vehicles to the shop to get work on.
Did you ever just drive it like you stole it?
No, but and it was what I really
perfect
hated is we had to put
opportunity.
these bags over the police lights when we drive, and it was only like a mile and a half. I was like, man, I don't want to drive with these on here. Anyway, we do all that, and then I switched over because this was right out of college. I switched over to a parking meter man, or whatever you want to call it. Would drive this janky little Jeep around.
Everybody hated you.
Oh, I'm telling it was the most dangerous job.
Yeah.
It was a $10 ticket would literally almost get me shot. And so I was like a stealth. I was like, here's your ticket, bye. And, so that lasted for like a year. I hated it. It had an evap cooler on top of it. And this is in Arizona when it's 110, 112 degrees out all the time. Anyway, switched over to the photo radar, which I liked that because I was literally in a van on the side of the road for I had a 10-hour shift. I was on for 8 hours a day, just snapping. Cars would come by.
What, like a radar gun?
No, I didn't have to. Like it was set up. It was positioned to where it would shoot across the road, and it would go 1, 2, or 3 lanes across. And if it was 10 miles over, you're fine. 11 miles over, you got a ticket. So
have you ever heard that? 10, you're fine. 11, you're mine.
Yeah, that was a pickup line at the club. You a 10, you go stay home. Just kidding. No, but anyway, so that would happen, and then I had to testify in court all the time, like at least once or twice a week. I was in court for hours.
Oh,
it was
no.
great.
I mean,
I like that, but
you
it did
did?
get very boring, and I'm kind of kicking myself for that whole job because instead of being studious, I just brought a little television and watched TV. Well, because there'd be some days you wouldn't get any tickets, and there'd be some days you get 130 tickets in an hour. I mean, it was just nuts. And what you had to do is you had to check across. It was in this lane. It was this type of vehicle, like a SUV, truck, or car. And then if it was like a light color, dark color, whatever. So that's what happened.
Did you ever say, oh, I don't think I'm
Oh, you
gonna
missed
get-"
some. No, but what
Were you
was
like,
really
I'm just
funny.
gonna scratch that one off.
Yes, because full disclosure here, when the police officers got snapped for going
Yeah.
too fast, they would politely come back to the vehicle and be like, "Hey, did you get me?" I'm like, "I didn't see nothing, man." Just got away
We're
with
gonna
it.
have a
Got away
cop.
with it.
We're gonna invite a cop on the podcast. I know a few.
Good. I don't know that many, but you probably know a lot more.
Absolutely.
Small town, you didn't get away from any traffic tickets, did you?
No.
So that was that, and I'm trying to get to my real estate journey. I know I'm talking a lot, but anyway, so from there, I went to work for Lowe's. It was kind of what I thought a transitional job because I was going to work for Gastonia PD, and I got hired. Then they actually shut the whole thing down due to budgets.
You didn't give enough tickets out.
Well, that was Arizona.
Oh,
I was
okay.
Gastonia. I was actually going to be an actual police officer at that time.
Oh.
So that didn't go through, and I just stuck it out with Lowe's. And I worked there for 13 years. 8 of the 13, I was doing in-home sales, doing remodel projects for exteriors, windows, roofs, whatever you name it, is outside. I had it covered. Then I'm like, I got to get out of this. This is driving me nuts. That's when I started having panic attacks. I wonder if you've ever had one. If you've ever had one,
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
terrible,
It is
right? I
awful.
didn't know what the heck was happening.
We can hit on that too when
Oh,
we get to the
yeah.
health
Oh yeah.
part of this segment.
But so I had one of my reps for roofing reached out to me about a job in Salisbury. They wanted to do the same thing I was doing at Lowe's. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Now I can get out of Lowe's. So left Lowe's, go to this job. I hated it so much. I hated it. I'm sitting there thinking like, man.
That's why you weren't successful in that.
No,
Because you gotta love it.
Also,
right?
they literally were probably using Morse code to put in orders. I mean, everything about this place was terrible, like just terrible. And I probably shouldn't talk about the people that worked there, and I'm not going to say names, but you guys were terrible. They were terrible, capital T. So I take my parents on a cruise, something I always wanted to do. 2 days after I get back from vacation, they pull me into the office, and they're like, we're going to eliminate this program, and here's your severance. I'm
At least
like,
you got a severance.
yeah, I got a severance. It was traumatic though. I'd never been let go from a job other than like an icy stand when I was
Right.
in high school, right? No big deal. So ended up saying, all right, am I going back to Lowe's or am I going to try my hand in real estate?
What year was this?
That was 2018.
Okay.
So, no, in 2019, sorry. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go try for real estate because I've always wanted to, I've always been interested in real estate to a degree. Didn't know I'd try to make it my living, And honestly, I'd be living under a bridge if it was still my living.
That's not true.
But anyway, did the whole school thing, passed by 1 point. I didn't care because it's the same
It
as somebody that
doesn't
made an A,
matter.
right?
You
right?
got a 4.0 or a 2.0.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
And then I did my state and national,
kinda does
passed it
matter.
first run, felt good about that. Went into real estate and it just didn't start quick
No,
enough
it
for me.
won't.
It didn't. And everybody said that and I was like, nah, I've got all this sales experience, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know how to get leads. And if anybody that watches this is in real estate, you're relating hard with me right now. It is not the easiest thing to figure out how to get your leads as you go. So newbies out there, don't give up. You can still make it. You will make it. But with that said, I've always had a camera in my hand you heard me back from
Right.
Photo Radar Day, right? And I started in videography and did some of that and then switched over to photography. And then, after years and years and years of doing that, I saw an opportunity when I was working for the marketing company after I kind of paused on real estate for a minute. And then that's when I started to meet a lot of real estate agents. Pandemic helped me. It did. It absolutely helped me because I just saw that as a time to press the gas. And that's when I did it.
You are known as the headshot guru. If
Yeah.
you want professional photos, you
Yeah.
contact Larry.
That's
Everybody
a nice
knows
referral
that.
coming Paula's way for saying that too.
There you go.
Cody! That's a Codyism.
Yeah.
And I've self-taught. There's still plenty of things I struggle with. in
Oh,
photography.
absolutely. There's things
it's just-
that I think everyone struggles. If
Yeah.
you know it all, you can't know it all. You
I
just,
wish I knew it
there's
all.
a lot of people that think
My
they know
wife
it all.
probably thinks I know it all. I don't know. Does Robert think you know it all?
No.
Do you guys fight ever? Do you have like good arguments where you don't talk for a
No.
day? See, I think it's the same with me and my wife. We just,
I like to.
I pick every now and then. I
Yeah.
probably pick too much though.
He just looks at me sometimes like,
Yeah. We should have our spouses on the pod.
we should.
Oh, Bethany would hate that.
Robert wouldn't.
He wouldn't hate
He
it.
wouldn't do it. I don't
He wouldn't
think
do it at all.
No.
Robert, come on.
He wouldn't do it.
I'm asking
He's
you.
out.
I'm asking you, please.
He wouldn't do it.
Well, what else? Do we want to talk about anything else, or do we want to just talk about what we should do with this pod?
Let's throw it out. So, what would you guys like to hear or for us to talk about to
Or
cover?
who? And I'm going to tell you straight up right now, what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to take this to local builders in the
Yes.
Charlotte market, and we want your beautiful backdrop to be our beautiful backdrop.
So the house
So-
that we're in right now, it's a new construction. I listed it
Like a week ago.
Saturday.
Yeah.
No, it was,
Not even
what
a
is
week ago.
today?
Today is Tuesday.
Tuesday. So I listed it Saturday. It's already under
You ever
contract.
heard that song, Club on a Tuesday?
No. Okay.
I'm only going to play a few seconds of it, but go ahead.
And it's under contract. It's located in China Grove. These builders that build these homes, they're amazing. They're also the builders that are the developers over at Summer Hills. I will be having an open house there Thursday, May the 29th, 2 to 4. But yeah, so we would like to feature new construction homes. What was that?
This is that on a Tuesday. I don't know how much I can play this.
Is it bad? We're gonna on a Tuesday. So
Yeah, I'll play that after the
Are we
fact.
only gonna do podcasts on Tuesdays now? On a Tuesday.
As long as I can put it on the calendar, we can do it really
Tuesday.
anytime. But Tuesdays is not a bad. Well, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
See you next.
Anyway,
Tuesday.
builders, if you are interested on a Tuesday, let's talk, man. Because
Yeah.
I think that we can bring some cool interviews. We'll have a little bit of a shout out for your location.
Yes.
Already know who we're going to after this one.
Mm-hmm.
But this builder's name was what again?
It's McAllister.
McAllister's Sunset Hills is coming. And-
It's Summer Hills.
Scratch that. Summer Hills. Sorry.
On Autumn Blaze in China Grove.
There's a
Autumn
lot of
Blaze.
location names right there
Yeah.
on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Okay, so those are you'll have 17 available. Mm-hmm. And how long is the turnaround build time?
I think right now, I mean, they're hitting it. I think like 5 to 6 months. But I mean, look at the weather though.
Okay, so
it
our
depends on weather.
Tell us the process then. If somebody is interested in getting in, you're going to contact me. No. What are the things that your new home buyers or any home buyer is going to want for that? They're going to lock it in with what?
So there's 3 right now that's ready. And there's 3 that actually have foundations going in.
Okay.
No, the foundations are done.
Okay, so somebody
Completed,
says,
so-
I like this location. I want this house.
Write it up.
What's the steps?
Write it up.
Write up the
Just
contract.
Write it up.
And then we need our money down. Mm-hmm. And then do we have a second of anything, or is that just at closing? Like, is there any, you know how builders will do stages?
So that depends on if they pull it. You're talking about if the buyer has a construction loan.
Yes.
Or if they want the builder to carry it.
Right.
Or if they're paying cash. So
Right.
those are all 3 different things.
And our best chances of financing is just staying with a typical loan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Or
then-
I would leave that to Terry. Or
a
scratch
lender.
that.
A great lender. We have friends that are in that business.
We'll scratch that.
We'll scratch that.
We'll scratch that.
Well, it's all right. We love you, Terry.
Yeah.
You gonna be on the pod?
But I do have a gentleman lined up to be on the podcast. He is a entrepreneur. He owns a brewery and he owns a coffee shop. So
I think I've seen him on Fox News at one point, right?
probably.
Yep,
So
yep.
maybe he'll give us a free coffee to try. What do you rate
I want
this?
a bag. I want a whole bag. I don't want just a. You go big on the pod. You gotta go big.
So this is from Additions. I love Additions. I love
Yeah.
the owners there. I love the workers there. They're amazing. This is a
What I rate it?
sugar-free
Sugar-free
vanilla skim milk latte iced.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
I'm kind of bougie with my coffee. Like
Do you like
I'm
that?
obviously done. So I don't want to throw shade at Editions. It's good. There's something, maybe it's the sugar-free aspect that's a little different. But I think a lot of it too is it's kind of a nasty day outside, and I almost think I should be
have got
drinking
a hot.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I should have got you.
And then skim milk, I think is the other thing. I typically go like a whole milk.
Well, that's not fat-free.
I don't care. Fat's good for you.
I
It
thought-
is.
But
No.
you said
I
sugar-free.
I said I would take whatever you gave me. You know,
Sugar-free.
I'm being honest.
Is there sugar in whole milk?
Yeah,
Then you can't have it.
I can have whatever I want. No, but I have learned that fat is actually good. Like, there's been so much, like, oh boy, all the doctors are going to come in
I
on this,
know.
but fat is actually good for you.
We're gonna have a physician on the podcast too.
Right.
I've got one of them lined up.
Is that the lady? Oh, okay.
another
So
one.
they didn't give it away.
Yeah.
We're not giving anything away.
We could probably get her too, though.
Yeah.
And we're
We
gonna
got
get squirrel. That's how we are, right?
We're not just going to have anybody, though. They got to have some personality.
Yes.
And they got to have squirrel brain.
Yes.
We like that.
And then we will have also a gentleman on the podcast that owns a local business, like a building supply, flooring company, self-made, awesome guy. He's going to be on here.
I was about to say, it better not be that same building supply company I work for.
It
I'll be sick that day.
Surprise! It is.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Well, that's it. So we got Summer Hills.
Summer Hills.
We got that little shindig coming with cookie dough. That's this week, though.
Thursday the 29th. You're not going to have this out by then.
Don't be surprised if I do.
Okay.
We got my photography event coming.
I'm
Also-
excited. So how should we dress for your event, Larry?
Oh, hold on a second. Let me get
Okay.
to the one that's coming before that.
Oh, okay.
On June 6th, I have been begging and begging and begging and begging and begging for all kinds of help, support, whatever I can for a golf tournament that we are hosting at Emerald Lake Golf Club on June 6th at 10 a.m. We're supporting the Young Nine Foundation, which is Bryce Young, our Carolina Panthers quarterback. It's their foundation that we're going to give all of the money away to. We got space for probably about 24 more people to come out and play in it. It's $150, $600 per team. And it's just gonna be a good time. I've just played that course last Friday and I loved it. It was great.
Okay, so when
It's
is
very
that?
good. That's not this Friday, but next. So on this, whenever you're watching June 6th, I will have this out before then. You can go to thelendersopen.com and put your foursome together, play by yourself. It doesn't matter. We'll put you on a team otherwise. But just know that if you're attached to me in any type of way with Next Agent Up, we're always going to give our money back to charities for mental health. So we have been doing in times past Mental Health of America for, I believe, 3.5 years in a row. Close to $100,000 given to them, and then we're gonna just start supporting smaller as we go. Mental Health America was a great business or nonprofit, I should say, but they're well funded. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm after. But June 6th, if you like to play golf, if you suck at golf, it doesn't matter. We're still gonna have a good time with it. And anyway, back to how you should dress for the mid-July. I don't know. I mean, people ask me that a lot of times in photography. Is like, should I wear a suit? I'm like, what do you normally wear?
Right.
Like, do you want to? Okay, if you're that age, like, cool. But I went to a thing at a lender coach a couple years ago, and I should have got him walked out. And I hope he watches this because you were the nastiest person I've ever seen in real estate. Literally.
We're gonna
No.
be
I'm
nice.
calling
Be nice.
not on this one. I'll call a spade a spade. I ain't saying a name, but if it hits where it hits, I don't care.
He's gonna watch this anyway.
I don't care. Maybe somebody else share this with him. But the way he talked to the ladies in the crowd and the way he was making fun of people walking in that were trying to learn, it was disgusting. But his thing was,
Did you have to pay to go to this?
No.
Oh, it's
No,
free?
it was free.
Well,
It was free, but so he was literally just telling all the men there, if you don't wear a suit, you have no business being in real estate. I was like, wow, thanks, Paul. You know, but anyway.
how old
That-
was he?
I want to say he was probably mid-60s. He's well known. I mean, he's well known, and I'm no doubt he's got good money.
Well,
but he's been sued before for this type of behavior.
Well,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
I'm nosy. Well,
I'll tell you
I'm
after
gonna
the fact.
change. I'm very inquisitive, so you're
Yeah.
gonna tell me after.
I'll tell you after the fact, but it's not hidden. There was a lot of people there. It was disgusting. I should have got up and walked out. I literally, the way he talked to one particular lady in the crowd, I should have got up and walked out, but I didn't. I kind of want to go back to see if it happens again, so I can get up and walk out. There's some people watching this that's going to know who I'm talking about, and I'm not bashful about it. So
I really want to know. Ooh, inquiring minds want to know.
yeah. Anyway, we'll call this in on a positive note, right?
All right.
So that's it. That's our little pod for under one roof. We were going to call this real estate and crappy seats because if you can't tell, these seats I'm wiggling around
We
a
have
little bit
very
because they were kind of
expensive
stiff.
furniture here.
This podcast was Cody Zeller approved. All right. All right. Until next time,
Be kind.
be Cody Zeller.